The problem with sending messages into Claude is that it's basically a black box. You don't see what memory it's saving about you, so you have no sovereignty over your data. That is very bad for portfolio management because in finance, things need to be precise. You need to know exactly what the AI knows about you so you can verify its outputs. That's why the entire build today hinges on a memory system. The simplest version is a folder on your computer, and you can get more advanced over time. For example, putting your memory system into an online application like Superbase, which will then allow you to have your data in the cloud and access it from anywhere. But I recommend just starting with the desktop and starting on Claude Code / Codex or GPT. I'm showing you today's video on Claude. However, you can do this exact process on ChatGPT, and Codex is actually very, very good, arguably better than Claude Code. And the process is the exact same. You still want to create the same folder, you still want to create the same files, you still want to do the same prompt. The only difference is instead of interacting on the GPT app or the Claude app, you'll be interacting on the specific Codex application. And by the way, in AI, when we talk about code, sometimes people freak out. It's actually not about coding. The coding interfaces like Claude Code simply enable you to access local and edit local files on your computer. That's all it is. And you're going to need that if you want to build the dashboard that I'm about to show you and build the workflows that I'm about to show you to get live market updates. And by the way, this tutorial works for your stock portfolio, your crypto portfolio, but how I personally use my AI custom built memory system is to have an overarching view of my finances. So it'll have my crypto portfolio, my stocks, my gold, my cash positions versus what's happening in the business and my profit and loss for the month, which I'll also show you today. And that helps give the AI full context to give an output. Now, let's talk about how I've actually structured my memory folder. You'll see there are 4 files. One of the files you just created by doing the prompt. This is going to house all of the data about you so the AI knows about you. Then you're going to create an instructions.md file. Of course, the architecture for this and the prompt for this will be available for free down below. But basically what you want to create here is instructions to tell the AI how to behave. So for example, you are my personal investment strategist, operate as a McKinsey caliber level advisor, probing, direct, no fluff, no flattery. A very important part of the instructions are your rules. Number 1 specifically solves the entire memory problem with AI. The memory problem you typically have is if you give information to a chat like, I'm no longer interested in investing in equities because of XYZ, you might open a new chat the next day and then it forgets that. And if you ask for financial advice, it'll just start suggesting, buying equities, for example, when you've already given it information that you're not interested in buying equities right now. And that's because ChatGPT and Claude, they don't update memory very well. So in order to take control of your own memory, this line in the instructions, read investor one-pager and memory before every response, treat both as canonical. Whenever new information emerges in conversation, update Memory.md immediately. This covers life changes, jurisdictional tax shifts, income changes, new positions, new constraints, behavioral patterns observed, and evolving views. Append, never overwrite, date every entry. That line is so important. So you basically have an instructions file, and then you have a Memory.md file. The Memory.md file is essentially your brain. This is the file that the AI is automatically updating when you're interfacing with it. And this builds over time. So the more you chat with it, the more you will add to the memory log. So the memory file is an ongoing log. The instructions.md file tells the AI how to behave. And then your investor one-pager sets the scene so it has all the information on yourself. And then the last thing I went and did is make a financials folder. So I have all of my financials for March, April, so you can actually see, your bank statement, your profit and loss. So the AI can actually see your operating income because, investing is also based on cash flow. It's also based on income. And you can actually use this, and I'll probably do a separate video on this, to create your own graph for personal expense tracking, which is one of the really cool things about AI.